the easiest job for tonight, introducing the mayor who really doesn't need any introduction among us. But I want to speak a little bit about my experience working with the mayor, because as you know, I've been elected in 3 terms, and this term working with Mayor Watson. He brought, if anything, is a little bit of stability among us on council, and a strong leadership kept us most of the time in track working together. And just come in because the mayor is great and dedicated. He's almost like a premium of a province. So he's running a cabinet. So he said, okay, Eli, I'm leaving to St. Elias, but you go finish your work with the police tonight. That's how great he is in delegating responsibility to the others. So, but I want to say thank you to Mr. Mazzarella and Dr. Gannon. It's not just about the books tonight, also for their contribution to our community, whether on Chin Radio or on other venues when they're available to answer to most of our questions about immigration and other questions we have here. I just want to touch a little bit. The other day I was speaking with my brother, and my nephew was with me. And my nephew has also gotten involved in politics, and he was so uptight about the premier stepping down, the Premier McGuinty. So we happened to speak the next day with my brother, which is his father, on Skype. And you know, my nephew starts saying, "Oh my God, the premier is stepping down." And my brother, you know, after 5 minutes listening to his son, he said, "So where is the problem? I'd like to know, like, is there an issue here and by stepping down? Oh no, it's going to create an election, it's going to create a leadership convention." He said, "Do you know how many massacre and how many people will die in the Middle East to see somebody stepping down from their office?" So if you put it in that perspective, I think we're so lucky to live in a city like Ottawa and a country like Canada, and to be able to share our culture, our heritage, our religions freely, and really we don't have to have any demonstration for anyone to step out of their office. So again, without further ado, Mr. Mayor, please come forward, and congratulations to Mr. Mazzarella and Mr. Gannon.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Eli. He started talking about a protest to leave office, and then he introduced me, so not sure where he was going with that, but it's great to be here, and what a good turnout for this book launch, and thank you very, very much for the opportunity to say a few words. Your Excellency, it's great to have you here, and already you've set a very high standard of attending so many community events. We were at the Canada-Lebanese Chamber of Commerce, you were there, and last week we had the opportunity for our official courtesy call with our Deputy Mayor as well. And Father, always wonderful to see you. Thank you very much for opening your beautiful facility to us here. And of course, Julie, what a thrill to have you sing the national anthem. So thank you all very much. Very, very proud. And Kay, incidentally, this is a great moment for you, obviously. I'm not sure why you're over there running the camera. You should be on this side up here taking some of the kudos. And congratulations for a job very, very well done. And of course, my friend Eli El Chantiry, who doesn't need any introduction, but you know, I've got to tell you a quick little story about Eli and how famous he is and well known he is throughout Ottawa. And in the last election, he was out campaigning at a senior citizens home, and he went up to this woman who was 92 years old, put out his hand, and he said, "Hello, do you know who I am?" And she said, "No, but if you ask the nurse, she'll tell you who you are." So that humbled him a little bit. And now where's Jerry? I'm going to point out Jerry from Chin Radio. Jerry Abs, he's right at the back there. Everyone must listen to Jerry every morning. From what hour to what hour, Jerry? From 7 till
9.
To 9. You see, if I mention Jerry, he invites me on his show. So but not only that, Jerry does such great work in the community, and it really is, you know, someone just came up to me as I was going over and getting a tea, and they said, "You're half Lebanese," because I go to so many Lebanese events, and I feel at home with the community, and it was such an honor, Doctor, when you told me about the book that you were writing, and the opportunity to come and say a few words. And I also want to thank Warren very much. Warren is a great lawyer in our community and does a lot of work with various communities. And thank you, Warren, for emceeing today. Well, as many of you know, the good doctor is a retired neurologist who's practiced at the Ottawa Hospital and retired associate professor of medicine at the Faculty of Medicine at the University of Ottawa, which in and of itself is a great accomplishment. And you also may know him from his radio show on Shin, Dialogue with Diversity, as well as a poet and a blogger. So he is keeping very busy. And his previous books, he's written 2 other books as well. But this time he's written My Arab Spring, My Canada, which is co-authored by Mr. Nasrallah, a consultant in the Lebanese immigrant community. And the book discusses Arab immigration and integration into Canadian society, something that many in this room would have some first-hand experience about. And it focuses on how Arab immigrants in Canada will be affected by the Arab Spring uprisings that we all watched and we're glued to our television sets as we saw what was happening in the Arab world in the Spring Uprising, and contemplates how our Arab Spring will ultimately change Canada. Now it's noteworthy that a Muslim, namely the doctor, and a Christian, Mr. Nasrallah from Lebanon, collaborated on a book about the political uprisings in the Middle East and what they mean for Canada. And that really sort of speaks volumes of what our country is all about. The fact that we embrace multiculturalism, that we celebrate it, that we learn from one another. And here we have a member of the Muslim faith and Christian faith from 2 different countries, Yemen and Lebanon, collaborating together to work on a book about the Arab Spring and the uprisings and that effect on Canada. So it really tells quite a tale about the multicultural mosaic that Canada is and that Ottawa is. And every day when I have the honor of going out and representing Ottawa as the mayor of our wonderful capital city, and I go into different neighborhoods throughout the great city of Ottawa, I really think that I'm walking into the United Nations, because we have become, the new face of Ottawa is what I see in this room today. It's become a very multicultural community. And I remember talking to Premier McGuinty when I was in cabinet, and he would tell people how well our communities of different faiths and religion and culture and language get along. Not always perfect, and there's always skirmishes here and there, but he would tell people in other countries, particularly in Europe, how multiculturalism is celebrated. It's not looked down upon, but in fact it's celebrated, and the festivals that we have in this city. The beautiful Lebanese Fun Fest, or the Greek Festival, or the festivals that celebrate Vietnam and Bangladesh. All of these communities coming together to share their culture and their heritage and their cuisine with all of us in Ottawa. Alors c'est un moment pour moi, au nom de tous mes collègues du conseil municipal de la ville d'Ottawa, de dire félicitations à les 2 auteurs. Congratulations to the 2 authors. Already, I think I don't know how many I saw. Doctor coming out with a big bag of books. He had to replenish the stock, which is a good sign. You're always in your 2nd publishing if you had to do that already. And I hope it sells well, and I hope it evokes great debate and thought. And I've got a little, I'd like to invite you up. I have a little presentation now. We only have 1 plaque and there are 2 authors, so you're going to have to share this, or we're going to have to get you a 2nd one. I think we'll get you a 2nd one, and I'll take it out of Eli's budget. But I'll just read you the inscription. It says, My Arab Spring, My Canada, by Dr. Case Ganem and Eli M. Nasrallah. On behalf of the members of City Council, it's my distinct pleasure to extend sincere congratulations to both the authors. Your successful launch of My Arab Spring, My Canada attests to the wealth of literary talent in our community. I also want to acknowledge your praiseworthy efforts to promote the values of democracy and multiculturalism through the pages of this thought-provoking and masterful literary work. As head of council, I want to take this opportunity as well to express my appreciation for your valuable contributions to the cultural development of our city, to the literary arts in Ottawa, dated October 22nd, 2012. And I'll make sure we get a 2nd copy so that you can both have one. As a small token of our appreciation, I'll ask Eli to come up and help me co-present this to the 2 authors. And please give a very warm round of applause to these great Canadian authors.
Thank you, Mayor Watson. That's really a tribute, a fantastic tribute for them both. Anyone else who wants to come forward, please do so with your cameras and take pictures. So don't be shy, get close.
The mayor usually shy with the cameras. Congratulations. We'll get you a copy. I'll make sure we'll deliver.
All right. We're off now? Thank you very much.